Oh, you want an explanation? Oh,
you want more?
Because it's no.
No, I don't actually.
All right, you want more? You actually need an explanation? Oh, okay. How about this, Nick? You can rip that little chart up because all of those teams that came back from 3-1 deficits, not one of them was down 3-0. Okay, there have been 146 teams in NBA history to go down 3-0. None of them. None have come back to win the series. In fact, only 3 have even forced the game 7. All right, so stop it. Look, you deserve a little. You certainly can't gloat. You're still down 3-1. You predicted this team going to the finals. But you do deserve a little, you can put a smile on your face. You can feel a little bit better. You've taken a beating the last couple days. So I'm fine with that. But stop it. It's over, Nick. And what we saw last night, I'll give the Mavericks credit because they easily could have just packed it in. Hey, as Jason Kidd said, nobody expected them to be there except you. And they did a great job, and they'll get at it this summer and be back next year, maybe as a conference favorite. Who knows? All right, but they didn't do that. I give them credit. And, Nick, this reminded me, what we saw last night reminded me of 2 other games we've seen in the past. The first was just in the second round. Game 5, elimination game again. Golden State has a chance to put Memphis away. And what happens? They lose by 39. They trail by 55, all right? And they come back and win the next game by double digits. And then you'll like this one. Let's go back to 2017. Cavs, Warriors. Warriors up again in the finals.
Down 3-0.
3 games to none.
And the Cavs
sound familiar? Game 4, the Cavs, well, I'm going to explain it if you let me. Game 4, the Cavs hit 24 threes. They catch absolute fire. All right, and they win that game. By double figures. Nice little blowout, kind of like last night. And then, of course, they get defeated in the next game, and it's over. And, Nick, that is what's going to happen in Game 5 of this series. The Warriors will end the Mavericks' misery, and not maybe. They will put them out. Trust you, me. It's over.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we have the rules of engagement correct here. Because there's no gloating. The gloating ended when my finals picked the Mavs, dusted your finals picked the Suns. Like, that's when the gloating was happening. Everything since then's just gravy. But I just want to make sure we have the rules. If the Warriors win, if the Mavs win Game 5, will you then admit they have a chance? Well, then, when it's 3, if it's 3-2.
It'll jump maybe a slight percentage point. It'll jump maybe to 1%.
Okay, so the die was
but they have no
when
chance.
It was down
I'm
3-0.
telling you right
now. What happens moving forward?
I'm not talking about the future.
They have no chance. Okay, so even if we get to a Game 7, it'll still matter that it's 143. Well, right now what we have is a Game 5. What we have is a Game 5 that the Mavericks can win, and we'll see if they do. What happened last night was, finally, Kevon Looney and Andrew Wiggins were not Mark Eaton and Karl Malone as they had been the first half of the series. And you saw, the Warriors do have some issues. Maybe their ability to score. I did not account for Looney and Wiggins playing the level they did the first 3 games. I didn't. They did, to their credit, they built a seemingly insurmountable 3-0 lead. But now we go Wilds back to Golden State. Do the Mavericks have any reason to believe they can win in Golden State? Well, they were up 19 in Golden State a few days ago. They're up 14 in the second half at Golden State a few days ago. And so the idea that it's an impossibility they win Game 5 is nonsense. Of course it's not. And if they win Game 5, the screws start tightening and the anxiety starts building. And all of a sudden, the pressure goes only in one direction. And so I don't think you can say, unlike the Cavs-Warriors series that you mentioned, Brew, or the Mavericks or the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies-Warriors was an odd one because the Grizzlies, they didn't have Ja, but they were better without Ja. The Cavs-Warriors series, to me, is the better example. But that series, you felt like the Cavs were overmatched from the very beginning. That was the 73-win Warriors having added Kevin Durant, a team that was undefeated in the postseason up until that Game 4 when they let their guard down. That's not how this series feels. Wilds, yeah, I know it says it's 3-1, but I know in your unofficial record book, the series is actually 8-8. Quarters, 8-8, my friend. Dead even. Can't get closer than that. And so to not acknowledge that if the Mavs win Game 5, they can win the series because no teams come back from down 3-0, they wouldn't be down 3-0. They'd be down 3-2. In blackjack wilds, if the dealer has a 10 and I have a 6, I'm a huge underdog. But if I then draw a 5, the odds have changed. You can't be like, well, 10 versus a 6. Now it's a 10 versus an 11. I'm live. And so if they win Game 5, to act like they can't win the series is foolishness. It's total foolishness.
Okay. All right. I believe in the Mavs, Nick, like I believe in aliens.
Oh, I don't
highly unlikely. But if I walked down the stairs and there was an alien eating an Eggo waffle at my table, I would be shocked. But at the same time, I'd be like, you know what? Heard rumblings. I'm not like totally shocked. There were rumblings. There were reports. And there's 3 reasons why I'm giving the Mavs an alien invasion-esque chance, Broussard. Number 1, attitude adjustment from the Mavs. Steph in the postgame said, you know what? They played loose. They played free. Luka all of a sudden is saying, yeah, one game at a time. We think we can win. Jalen Brunson said, we're treating it like 4 Game 7s. I said, 4 Game 7s. That's reason number 2. Is Luka worried? Is the moment too big for Luka? He went into Phoenix in a Game 7 and demolished the best team in the league. So there's that. And reason number 3 is this. The Warriors, if they start to smell, are we going to give this up? I think they are going to play so tight. They're going to be like, are we at the same time a dynasty and going to be famous for giving up a 3-1 lead and a 3-0 lead? I think they would play so tight and so nervous, and the Mavs would play so free that is on the board. It's not a 51% chance. It's not an 11 at the blackjack table like Nick is saying. But there is a chance, Broussard. I'd be a little bit nervous.
All right, your aliens example was perfect because that's about the chance that the Mavericks have of winning this series. All right, of us seeing an alien within the next 24 hours at our kitchen table. That's about how much of a chance they have of winning. Let me start with the pressure, because both of you brought that up. You mean the Warriors that stared down the great LeBron James. The Warriors, and beat him, of course. The Warriors that were down 3-1 to the great Kevin Durant, who is better than Luka Dončić. All right, at this point. All right. And he had a Russell Westbrook as a teammate. You mean that team that was down 3-1 to them, had won 73 games in the regular season, was on the verge of a huge embarrassment? That team that didn't crumble under that pressure is going to get tight? I think not.
On the board.
They've seen it all. They are not going to get tight if the Mavericks somehow win a Game 5, which they won't. All right? So throw that out your mind. Secondly, you think they came up with a formula last night? Yeah, here's the formula. Shoot lights out from 3. Hit 23 pointers.
The defense seemed pretty good.
And hit them over both halves.
Hold the Warriors to 70 through 3 quarters.
Because in Game 2...
the defense is pretty good.
The Warriors do not have a problem scoring. They've got Steph Curry,
They
Klay
scored
Thompson,
70 through 3
and
quarters.
Jordan Poole. Regardless of Wiggins. Yeah, Memphis held them down in that game I mentioned earlier, too. Okay? They had a bad game just like they have in the past. But they are not going to do it again. All right? Just because Andrew Wiggins won't score, that means they can't score. Stop it. Stop it.
Just
I'll
real
be
quick,
glad
Brew,
when this is over. This is nonsense.
You mentioned You mentioned
Well,
the
2
2016
days
Warriors. You mentioned the 2016 Warriors that this reminds you of. You know what it reminds me of? The 2022 Warriors from a few weeks ago that, like you said, had a chance to close out a series and lost it by 1,000,000 points. And in the very next game, they are trailing with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter before Memphis crumbled at the end without their best player, without John Morant.
Crumble?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.